Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to FindGap YouTube channel, and in today's video I will teach you what are CSS animations, and we will learn through practical how to perform animations in CSS. Let's start. So first of all, we need to understand that what are CSS animations. An animation lets an element gradually change from one style to another. For example, if you have a small box and you just want to change which have a green color, and you just want to change its color from green to yellow, and maybe you want to change its 2 to 3 colors: green, yellow, orange, etc. You can do this task using CSS animations. This is the simple example of CSS animations. And second, you can change as many CSS properties you want as many times you want. It's not about color. Maybe you want to change the position of an element using CSS, and maybe you want to change the position of an element again and again and again. Suppose here is an example of loading bar. Maybe there are small boxes which will come from left side to the middle, and then they will move forward. So this is a state of a HTML element that we will change its position gradually again and again and again. So we can do this using CSS animations. So friends, here in my browser, let's just create a simple CSS animation. First of all, what we will do, I will create a div here with class container, and inside this I will create another div with class box. Here inside my head section, I will create a style opening and closing tag. Just I will type container, and after this I will type here box, so I can give style to my this inner div. I will type here like width 200 pixel and height 200 pixel and background color orange. Let's see the output. Here you can see that we have a simple box, and if I type here a background color like green or green yellow, so you can see that this is our background color which have given to our full container. Next, the first thing we need to do here, I will type here animation name. Inside this I will type a random name like FindGap1. The reason I type here FindGap1 is just to teach you that you can write any name that you want to write here. And the second thing is it is also a required property, which is animation duration, because if you will not type this animation duration property, your animation will not never execute, because the default value of animation duration is 0 second, and 0 second means do not perform the animation. Next thing, now we have defined our animation name. Let's just create keyframes for our animation. So I will type here keyframes, and in the place of identifier I will type here FindGap1, which is the name of our animation, and here I will type like 0%. So it will the state of our this box when our animation will be exactly in the starting position. So I will type here just left like 0, and second I will type here 100%. I means when our animation will be created. So I will type here left 80%. One more thing here, just type here position relative, because we want to move our inner box, and these left property will only work if the value of our the position value of our this box element will not be default. So okay, next I will just turn this to 4 seconds, save this, open my browser, and now I will refresh this. So you can see that our animation completed in 4 seconds, the time that we define in our animation duration, and it moved from 0% to this 80%. The next property that we have is animation delay. Suppose if I type here 3 seconds and animation duration to 3 seconds or 2 seconds. Now what will happen? First of all, our animation will delay for 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds then our animation will be start. Let's open the browser and refresh my page. You can see that it will wait for 3 seconds, and then our animation will be start. The next CSS property we have is animation iteration count. I will type here animation iteration count, and if I type here 2, what it means that our animation will be performed 2 times. Let's just comment this animation delay property, refresh my page, and now you can see that 1 and 2, and now it has stopped. So if you type here 5, then your animation will be iterate 5 times. You can also type here infinite if you want to run your animation infinite time. It means if you use the infinite word, your animation will never stop. It will iterate again and again and again. The next CSS property we have is animation direction. By default, its value is normal. Suppose if I type here reverse and refresh my page, you can see that our animation will start from end point to our starting point. If I type here alternate and refresh my page, first it will go we need to increase our this iteration count so we can see its effect. You can see that first it's go forward and then it have reversed. And suppose if I type here alternate reverse, then it will work oppositely, first back and then forward. The next CSS property is used to specify the speed curve of the animation. I will type here animation timing function, and then if I type here ease in, by default it's ease. But if I type here ease in, this value will specify an animation with a slow start. So let me increase my animation time to 4 seconds, refresh our page, and you can see that actually one thing I need to do, we don't need alternative reverse and we only want our animation single time. So now you can see that our animation have slow start and then it's gradually speed up its speed. Suppose if I type here ease out, refresh this, it will start with a fast and then it will gradually slow down. Similarly, it has more properties you can read on the internet. Before telling the next property, I just want to tell you that CSS animations do not affect an element before the first keyframe is played, means this, and before the last keyframe is played. But if we use a CSS property like animation fill mode, this property can keep the last behavior that we defined in our keyframe after animation's completion. Suppose if I type the animation duration to 2 seconds and if I type here forwards, refresh our page, and now you can see that now this box will remain at this position and will never come back because we have defined the animation fill mode to forward. And in the last friend, I just want to tell you, you can write all these properties by using just a single line, which is animation. The first property will be our animation name, in our case, which is fine gap 1, and the second value would be duration of our animation, like 3 seconds, and then I will type here linear, and then how much time our animation will be delayed. So this time is our animation delay, and next is our animation iteration count. Suppose if we want our animation will run again and again in infinite types, we will type here infinite, and in the last I will just type here our animation direction, which is alternate. Just refresh it. Here you can see that now our animation has start and now it have again backward. If I just remove this, let's see what happened. So now you can see that our animation will wait for 2 seconds and start exactly how we have typed here. So friends, this was just the introduction that what are CSS animations, what are major CSS properties of CSS that we use to perform animation, and what are their major values. I hope you must enjoyed this video. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.